Okay, we're back. Looks like we pulled the 4th position, and we have the mouse card here. Let's look at this opening Imperium row first of all. Smuggler's Haven is insane. Very, very good card. So is Bene Gesserit Operative. I've been growing on Thumper. I hated Thumper at first. I actually think it's decent value. Submersive Advisor, also good, and Sardaukar Coordination. So a lot of really solid cards in this row. Smuggler's Haven, probably the best, but also Bene Gesserit Operative, Sardaukar Coordination are also awesome. So a lot of good options for us here. As for options in the row, also decent. I could get spicy with a Step Onto It game. We also have a Gurney Halleck, Fader Alpha, are also really solid picks. You know, first game back in a while, I am tempted to go with like a Gurney just to kind of unwind a little bit, get used to the stuff. The interesting thing as well is a lot of these cheap cards are going to go, so setting myself up to potentially get a stronger card with Gurney does seem like a decent play. So I think I will go for that. And I haven't played a Gurney game in a while, so let's fire it up. Let's see how we do. Gurney has the Always Smiling ability, so if you reveal 6 strength or more in a conflict, you get an extra persuasion, and their ring lets you send in a ring. This is a ranked game as well, so I haven't really been participating in the ranked system too much, so we'll see if that changes things. Maybe the competition's a little bit stiffer. Another thing I forgot to take a look at, the opening contracts in the row. Looks like we have Spice Refinery and Highliner, so a lot of water contracts. Spice Refinery contracts, great. Highliner contract's also good. It just takes a little longer to get that online, obviously, but it's decent value. This is probably what I'd go for first, just to get some early game value out of it. And opening hand, you know, actually not too bad. The only downside is it's looking like Diplomacy. Usually the Fremen spots go before they get around to us. And our hand isn't super high persuasion, so it's going to be a little bit more awkward getting to like the 4 for Sardaukar Coordination or Smuggler's Haven. So we could, in theory, go Dune Desert Planet up to accept contract. We could also throw troops in here. Like, let's say Desert Tactics is available to us. If we throw in some troops with our daggers, get the Always Smiling Persuasion, that would also get us up there. But we have a Seek Allies. We also have a Stub on Tuick in first, which is pretty exciting. So this is a great place to pick them, in my opinion. There are a lot of cards in the row that have faction access, so they should be chilling from that regard. I'd be very... And they're first, so... Unless we all revere early and take these cards, they should be fine. We have a Signet Ring here for Princess Irulan, good deck building leader. They head on over to accept contract, which is kind of sad. That means they got a pretty bad opening draw. Sorry to Xantier. They do take the Spice Refinery contract, which is a very good contract. And left in their wake, they have a Harvest and a Highliner. Let's see what Fader Alpha does. Definitely an S tier hero. Being able to pull that Spy for 2 swords is really strong. And their track to get spies, trashes, and spice and stuff, different resources. It's just so flexible. Lets you do a lot of different stuff. You can go deck building. You can go for a more on-the-board kind of play style. But they will take the Desert Tactics. Which puts us into an interesting position here. Because we don't really have a good way to draw now, unfortunately. I think we will probably end up throwing in troops. But man, this is a really awkward hand in this position. Yeah, so no good way to throw in troops here. We are a 4th to act Gurney Halleck, so people are going to be afraid to commit troops on us. So I think our first play, Diplomacy, collecting water at Deliver Supplies. Gives us 2 water, threatens Research Station. So people are going to be really afraid to throw in troops. And then we can just Desert Tactics, collect spice, throw some troops in. Or perhaps even go... Assembly Hall. But I think collecting water here is going to be the optimal play, so we'll do that. And we'll see what our friend Stubba wants to do. They might reveal early here. There are some good cards in the row, but I don't think they need to. I don't think... This is a good row. I don't think anyone's going to be revealing early for this row, though. Let me just set up my cameras, too. Get back into the swing of things a little bit. No one's gone to any of the blue spaces, so I'd imagine that's what they're going to do here. Oh, they take... They take the Imperial Basin from you, which is really awkward, because we were kind of hoping to go there and throw some troops in. And now we cannot. They also use their Signet Ring ability, throw a Spy up here, get 3 Solari. That with a combat value should be pretty good. We actually have to spend a water to throw troops in, which is super awkward. It looks as Princess Irulan did end up drawing the Seek Allies with their card draw, which is good for them. And they take up another contract, the Harvest contract for 4 Solari. The Arakeen Water contract comes off, which is pretty good. Looks like we also have a ring here for Fader Alpha. So they will get to put down a Spy by climbing up this track. And we'll see We'll see where they end up putting it. Are they going to commit more troops as well is also an interesting point. They're thinking about it. Okay, they throw their spy down on the Fremen, which makes sense. They're going to be in a great position to get worms here, which is going to really disincentivize us from doing it. They don't throw any more troops in either. So our options pretty much are go and collect 2 spice and throw some troops in, which would net us some Solari. Oh, they do throw an extra troop in. Okay, so that disincentivizes that play for sure. I think we just go dagger Assembly Hall, get the extra persuasion, and try to pick up one of these forecast cards if they come around to us. A lot of our opponents drew, so it's going to be less likely. But we'll still go for it. Because I don't think paying a water to get into this combat is going to be worth it. Really kind of an awkward first round. But sometimes you can't do that when you're playing in 4th. And not the best intrigue card either. Reach agreement, we can retreat a troop to getting a contract. So we have a reveal of 4. For Staban, they have Course, Grab, Smuggler's Haven. Really good card. I'd imagine a lot of these good cards are going to go. We would love to get a Sardaukar Coordination, Bene Gesserit Operative. It looks like the Bene Gesserit Operative is going to go to Irulan here with their reveal of 3. Makes sense. Northern Watermaster comes off. Reveal of 5 for green here. Where do they go? Submersive Advisor is a nice pick. It is effectively a victory point. And, ooh, Overthrow comes off. Okay. This is a power card right here. Really, really strong. And they're trying to decide where to put their spy. They have 2 spies down now, and I'd imagine both would go on contract spots. This is usually one of the best spots to put a spy. Yeah, and they put it there. Makes a lot of sense. We will reveal here. We reveal 4 and a dagger. Not getting our ring or blue axis is a little bit tough, but it is okay. And between all of these cards, I do love the water generators. I really do. But we are not going to be getting worm access for a while, and green is going to be the first one to get it most likely, and they go before us every round, so I don't think it's worth going down the Fremen route. I think Sardaukar Coordination is going to be our best bet here. So we'll go for that. And an Imperial Spy Master peels out behind. So I think that is it. So combat between green and blue just resolved, so green will take this combat down, get the free tag. Well, 3. They did have to commit 3 troops, to be fair, but... and blue will get second place. A little 3 Solari bonus here. They are really nicely set up to get a super early Sword Master. And they have a lot of great... they have a faction spot card as well. We have to remember they had this. I don't think anyone else has bought any high power cards that we have to remember just yet. So from that perspective, we're doing okay. Here's a lot of our persuasion coming into our hand now. I think we are incentivized to reshuffle on this hand, so we will probably draw if it comes back to us. The combat is Protect the Sieges, so first place reward is a bump with the Fremen, a water, and a troop, which is insane when this card comes off when people have worm access, but fortunately no one has, and no one should be able to get worms into this combat. We'll see what people like to do here. There's definitely a world where we just grab more water and go after Deep Desert when that comes back around to us. I should have been paying attention to everybody's dagger reveals that last round. I was not paying close attention. I don't think red had any. Green may have had one. Blue may have had one. Looking like a Signet Ring play for Irulan. Coming out fast here. They do have the 4 harvest contract. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little bit awkward for them to get to that. Because people are going to be quick to deny. The nice thing about the ring is, though, you can trash with your ring, get the 2 spice from that, and go to a spice spot to fulfill this contract. Looks like they're going to go back to accept contracts again, so they have been grabbing definitely a lot of contracts here. And they just grabbed the Arakeen contract. So this is a nice backdoor way into getting the water they need to get to the big harvest. So we're going to have to remember they have that kind of route to circumnavigate us here. Or circumvent, rather. And they do, I think they trashed the dagger, right? Yeah, they trashed the dagger. We have a diplomacy here for green. Yeah, I think, yep, going back to Fremkit makes sense every single time. They're going to be the first ones with access to Worm Riders. They're going to be throwing troops into this combat every single time. I think, from our perspective, I think Irulan did reveal a diplomacy, right? So they are less likely to be able to hit up a a water collect spot, but I think we always are going to go there first. And then we are second to last, so we do have the opportunity to see what other people do with regard to the combat before we go heavily into it here. So I think we're just going to set ourselves up with a 3 water, get a nice little resource game going, which is a great way to handle being in the last spot. And if we commit to a combat we want to back out of, we always do have reach agreement to kind of reverse out. Other options for us here. I think this is our best play. We don't have any spice either to go to a potential like espionage or something like that. So I think this is fine. And now we are threatening research station with this play, which could get us up to enough persuasion for maybe a long or like an overthrow. And no one else has gone for any heavy draws so far. Although we do see a high council from Staban here, so it is possible they come over the top of us and are able to get the overthrow, which would be incredibly strong for Staban. We do have a secrets play here for red, so they did have their diplomacy after all. They must have redrawn into it. We have a reconnaissance here for green. Yep, they're going to get their worms online. So we're almost always playing the ring here. And I think we do go for this combat. Even with green committing. The only problem is green can almost always win this combat over us, right? Because they can bull spy. But we can commit a lot of troops here. And then just reach agreement them back. So that's not an issue. I'm pretty tempted. So research station would normally be I think a solid play here. We have what? Two persuasion card cost. So on average, we're drawing 2 1 persuasion cost cards, which would put us up to 6 plus 7. So actually, most of the time, we're not getting to 8. And I don't like spending all the resources if we're probably not going to get there anyway. So I'm actually feeling a Arakeen turn, I think. And then that lets us put in troops as well. And we'll just commit them all, right? And then we can just reach agreement some of them back. This will also force green to pull a spy potentially. And it'll discourage blue from going into the combat. So I think we do hit the Arakeen play. And it reshuffles too, which is really nice for us. So we will reshuffle. What do we hit here? Dagger is okay. So we almost certainly wouldn't have hit our overthrow. So that makes me feel better about that play. We get an extra troop for our ring. We will commit 4 here. Come over the top. Kind of threaten green, force them to pull back that spy, which will be funny. And this is a matching combat for us as well. So it is worth it if we can get the victory. And nicely as well, it puts us up to 5 persuasion. Which, assuming people buy cards off of this row. Oh, here's the early reveal. 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, no. Oh, what a hand. What a hand. So they get the overthrow. Staban looking very threatening now with this overthrow. Jeez, this is a very... Oh, God. That is a worst-case scenario moment for the table. 5 reveal here for red. Looking like they're going to grab a Maker Keeper. A solid card. Maybe also a Tread in Darkness. Another Bene Gesserit card synergy. Wouldn't hate that as well. We're kind of hoping they keep buying cards so we can maybe see a strong 5-coster. Looking like a Northern Watermaster. Also a really solid card. Oh, Beast Spoils comes off. That is interesting for us. Let's see what green decides to do. They do have to decide if they want to pull back a spy for the potential of victory in this combat. We'll see how many daggers they reveal. Oh, 2 dagger reveal. And they are going to pull the spy. So we did bait them, which is kind of nice. So we're making them use up some extra resources here. And what do they have? They have 2. So they can grab the Imperial Spy Matcher, which is a nice pickup here. Chani comes off, which is actually a solid card for Gurney in particular, because it is a little bit easier for me to get these troops in. The only downside is this is better with a worm kind of strategy, and we're going to be blocked by green a lot. Reveal a dagger here. We have 5 persuasion. Do we go for the Chani? Ugh. Then we have to kind of force our way down Fremen route as well. Although it is nice access and everything. And this is really good troop value generation as well. I'm personally never a huge fan of Chani, but this is one of the best games to kind of go for it. So maybe we do. And there are good Fremen backup cards in the row. Ugh, yeah, let's see how it goes. Public Spectacle peels off. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so we will end our turn here. It is just me and green in, so we will retreat 2 of our troops with reach agreement to create a contract. So we forced a decent overcommitment there from green, and when we, I guess blue early revealed, so that didn't really matter. And between these 2 contracts, we're going to have a lot of spice. I think getting a Highliner is probably better for us in the short term, so we'll go for that. And I think that is it. Right? Or we get 3 troops and another 3 spice and a troop for second place. Green gets a bump, water, and a troop. And I think we're looking good. Next round, we're sitting in here. We're going to have really good resource generation. We still have Sardaukar coordination as well. We're going to be very threatening in these combats for sure. And we do have a nice pile of spice sitting on Haga Basin right now, too. I'd imagine green takes this every time. It's insane value. It's kind of hard to pass up. But they might be interested in something else. But actually, no, it makes no sense because they can also get worms into this combat. So it'd be crazy not to. If they have orange access, you just jam Haga Basin every single time here. No questions asked. Green is also looking in a favorable position here. We would like it if blue or red could get worms access themselves so they can kind of put some pressure on the Haga Basin, but it's not looking too likely so far. And the combat also is a test of loyalty for an Emperor bump and a bunch of Solari. We'll see what red wants to do here. Oh my god. That is not the right play. If they have orange access, they need to go to Haga Basin. Okay, yeah, this is the right play. What? Really? Put the worm in. You have hooks. Okay. Yeah, they're getting there. This has got to be it. It's just so good. You get so much value, yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. We don't have to collect our spice first. We can do that second here. Where do we want to go first? We have our faction access. We can reveal Sardaukar coordination. I think... Do I want to get the reshuffle here? I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, it's not ideal, actually. We could go for a trash here. But we do give up a water, which we don't want to do at this point. The immediate contract isn't a bad one. We could just grab that right now with our diplomacy. Diplomacy, and then we can go do our deep desert, collect a bunch of spice as our second action. Alternatively, yeah, actually I like that because we'll be revealing 2 swords as well. We'll have a decent amount of persuasion. Although, is there ever a world we want to reveal early here to get the public spectacle? That is a question. It's such a strong card. I don't think we can afford to do that, though. I think our actions are so strong that round that I think that it hurts us more than it helps us. So I think first we will take the immediate contract. Yeah. And start working on getting our points from here. So we'll get 2 Solari. We'll get the guaranteed completion on this. We still have 3 water. The only one threatening to potentially take away Deep Desert would be blue, exactly if they have the card that gives 2 water if you have the High Council seat. It's so unlikely. If I get punished for it, it's okay. It'll feel bad for sure, but I don't think I can play around that and have an efficient game. I think Doodle for Service is way more likely to go than our Desert Collect. And I would like to commit the troops later if I can. You could make the argument to go for Fremen here. I don't really want to draw and trashing just because I don't want to reshuffle. I do have some strong cards in my hand right now. Oh, do they have the intrigue? No, they do not. Okay, so they're going to go accept contracts here. Spice Refinery is a great contract to peel off. Acquire's not bad as well. I definitely go Spice Refinery every time, though, in that spot. It's such a... Being able to draw 2 cards is crazy. But they do go for the Spice and Slow one, which with High Council seat, they are more likely to do, so I think that's reasonable. And they're probably just trying to cycle back into their beefy card. I can't remember the name of the one now, but the one that gives the bonus resources or bonus bumps. Ben and Gesserit Operative coming off for the first time for red. They get their victory point. Get another intrigue and a spy for their Ben and Gesserit Operative, of course. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to get any of these contracts done yet. They need to hit Spice Refinery, Air Keen, and Harvest. The Harvest will be easier as Earlon, like I said earlier, just because they can trash a card to gain the 2 Spice on top. We'll see if that's what they elect to do, though. No one else putting any troops in this combat so far. Looking like it's just going to be green. Green still has a spy that they could potentially remove for combat power as well. I wouldn't hate an espionage play. We know that they have the card that has spy access in their hand, so they could go espionage with that, draw some cards, maybe buy a nice high persuasion card. They could also consider the early reveal, but looking like they're not going to go for that. They are going to play the ring, go to Air Keen, draw some cards. They will get the trash as well. They'll throw the extra troop in, which, oh, this is such a... The downside is green is really getting a lot of value out of worms here. They're going to get a victory point from this effectively because no one else... I'm not going to be able to stop them. I don't even have any intrigues, so I'm not very threatening as far as a combat opponent perspective. So we could collect our spice, go in. I actually think that is what we're going to end up doing here, just because our other plays aren't that great. And if we send in 2 troops, we reveal 2 daggers, we'll be at 5. So we can grab Public Spectacle if somehow green doesn't have it, but they almost certainly do, right? So I guess we just go for that. It is a little bit of an early pool on the spice collect, but I don't think I have to greed super hard for spice since I already have so much right now. And I could also, once I get this spice online, I can start hitting shipping and stuff as well. Get a nice little game going. So I think that's our play. And no one else has put any troops in so far. So I think trying to get some value here is always going to be good for us in the long run. And yeah, the Exostellar value is going to be great too. Yeah, let's just get the troops in. And we do have the Highliner contract as well, so we can come back with some water. So we'll throw in 2 troops. With our Sardaukar coordination and our dagger, we will get to always smiling and extra persuasion. We have a Dune Desert Planet here for blue. They'll just collect some spice, maybe throw in 1 troop. Or throw them both in. Interesting. Okay. They probably have some daggers from hand. We'll see what red decides to do here. They do have last to act privilege, so they have more information on the state of the combat than anyone else right now. Looking like a Maker Keeper to Spice Refinery. Not the highest value play. Actually, they do get water out of it, so never mind. So they do get to complete this contract. And with their 2 influence with the Benny, they get a water back as well. So they get a bunch of water here, which is beautiful. So this makes me glad that I ended up taking the spice, because I wasn't even really reading into that play. I didn't. I kind of forgot they bought this card, so we would have gotten punished there for sure. We would have lost out on that spice value. So green to reveal here. They almost always take Public Spectacle, right? Oh yeah, they reveal 6 here. So Public Spectacle goes every single time. It is one of the best cards in the game. And it does. Delivery Agreement comes off, which is actually, it could be interesting for us. That is quite interesting. We could play into a more contract-heavy game. Just turn that into a victory point. I was thinking maybe a Beast Spoils or a Northern Watermaster. But I don't mind the... I usually never buy them, too. They're like a bait a lot of the times, but... I think there are still some easy contracts that we could potentially complete in the row. First of all, let's reveal. 2 daggers, so we turn on Always Smiling. So we have 5, right? Yeah. Beast Spoils is also good for us. It gives us a spice generation on play with our unclaimed mouse, and it does act with Sardaukar coordination as well. And revealing 3 daggers is so deadly in this game. God, I love the Beast Spoils. It makes us so potent in combat, and it does. You know what? I'm actually going to go for a combat heavy strategy here. Screw Delivery Agreement. We can come back for it later. It's usually not a highly contested card. Price is no object comes off, which is crazy. I think we just sit with this. We're building a nice little combat deck for ourselves. We have a ton of daggers. We would like to get a Fremen card in for our Chani reveal, but not looking too possible right now. So here is the Smuggler's Haven reveal for 2 spice, so they're already generating value out of that. They also have 2 daggers, so we are going to tie in this combat. A little unfortunate, but it's whatever. Reveal a 4 for red. Maybe a Tread into Darkness here. They do already have a Bene Gesserit card. And getting additional Trash as Earlon is quite powerful, but looking like they're going to go for the Prepare the Way instead. Opt for the guaranteed card draw from Prepare the Way and not have to worry about the setup by playing two of them. It looks like blue is in the combat and the only one with an intrigue card. Do they play it? Oh, okay. They do retreat. Okay, so that makes sense then. I think that makes a lot of sense. So they get a... whatever, they get a spy. We actually get the troop value and 4 Solari, which is great for us here. So we are sitting very pretty with resources right now. Might end up being the first one with Swordmaster as well. Okay. We have an interesting combat-heavy strategy here. Let's see how it pays off. We're very resource-rich. We have a lot of things going for us. And let's see how our hand looks right now. Sardaukar Coordination in this scenario, not too bad. Otherwise, our hand's kind of trash, though. Right? I think we actually go for a draw here. Grab Spice Refinery contract. See if we can get anything else. We could also go shipping. Okay, here we go. We could go shipping. Get the Solari, go Swordmaster with Sardaukar Coordination. And then what do we do with our last orange access? I don't know. Cry. We could just grab some spice, I guess. It's not the most beautiful move. I mean, it would leave us with 6 spice left over to hit a Highliner play. Yeah, there's an option to us. I think going for Swordmaster here is a decent option for us, though. And we have some strong cards that we would like to get some play value out of. We keep getting stuck with these orange double, these awkward, like, hands over and over again, though. If we go shipping, we could also play Sardaukar Coordination to Imperial Privilege as well. Get an extra action. We'll see. We have a lot of options here. I don't think we're going to end up blocking green. I think shipping is our line. Where do we take our bump is another question, though. Do we want to leave ourselves the Imperial Privilege out? I don't know. We could also just start pushing up with red. Let's go for this. We will go shipping here. We're the only ones that have access to that, but I think if we want to go for a Swordmaster line, we want to go there first. Where do we take our bump is a real question that I'm facing right now. And I think it is going to be with the Emperor. Just unlock the option to go Imperial Privilege. Take our point. Yeah, that's fine. We probably do end up going to that back there with Sardaukar Coordination one day, but I think this is okay for now. We haven't gotten any faction bumps with the Fremen or the Bene Gesserit, but luckily those are decent spots to hit later. We have Chani for Fremen access, so we will be hitting that, and then we'll just figure out the Bene Gesserit later. Actually, this is a combat that rewards a Bene Gesserit bump, so another non-walled combat. We're really hoping that blue or red gets in the way of green here. Looks like blue forgot to take wards. Totally fine. They got 3 Solari for coming in third that last round. I probably should have noticed that as well, to be honest. See what blue decides to do here. They have some flexibility in what they can do. Okay, here it is. Overthrow time. We are going to have to remember that they have this card. Nicely for us, they are threatening Green's alliance here. So it's always good when other people try to race each other for alliances because those are bumps they're not using to chase you. And they drew, so they can't go back on it now. They will throw the troop in, try to get a little bit of value out of this combat. Signet Ring here for red. They will block. Ah, I love it. And they will trash this card, so they do get the contract off. Beautiful play. So they are now set up to grab a discounted Swordmaster at some point as well. They will throw some troops in too. I think it's fine, especially when one of the rewards, a couple of the rewards are troop back, so most of the time you are getting your value back on those troops. Green has a decision now. Fortunately for us, they cannot get to Haga Basin because there's a spy there already. They are going to play their Submersive Advisor and just lock in this alliance. Okay. So denying blue their value from overthrow. Shipping it all in there. That is exactly what we want to see. So they are denied some of the value because they could have just gotten a point by going to Bene Gesserit there. Our turn. Now, do we play our Sardaukar Coordination to just grab our Swordmaster, get it out of the way, or do we go to Imperial Privilege, try to bink a more value card? Because I don't love the idea of having Dune as our last action. If we can hit Accept Contract, that's kind of fine, but then if we draw one of our stronger cards, we feel a little bit bad about it. Swordmaster is obviously a good line, but I think we can grab that next round pretty safely here, right? I think we just try to get a better card to play. I think that gives us more value in the long term. Because I don't want to take a Dune Desert Dune Desert Planet action this round. So let's go for it. Screw it. Give us something good. Signet Ring I will take. I will take. At least we can hit a blue spot with that. We will pull back our Shipping Troop. And I think that is it, right? We can't cycle out an Intrigue card. We got our card draw. Yeah, it's fine. So now we have a lot of troop potential to come in over the top. And we get to go last, which is nice. This is a potentially very valuable combat for us. Blue will go to Siege Tabor. Throw in another troop. They have no intrigue, so we don't really have to worry about them. No one has any high sword reveal units right now, which is kind of nice. I think we are the one that have been buying the sword reveal cards. We'd love to bink a Chani or a Beast Spoils if we do end up going to Arakeen with our ring. We'll see what Red decides to do here. Do they want to double down on this combat, or do they want to kind of slow down? Maybe grab their High Council here, go for a slower line of play. Green is really threatening to take off with this game, though. Diplomacy here. Are they going to go for the contract play? Looking like they will. Yeah, they'll go dutiful service. They take Spice Refinery almost every time here. Such a good contract. Deliver Supplies comes off. That's fine. Solari is losing value as the game goes on. And as people get their Sword Masters and stuff. But no one really has that stuff yet, so still a decent contract for sure. So now Red has an Arakeen and a Spice Refinery contract. They already have 2 contracts completed, so they are going to be looking at delivery agreement a little more hastily now than they were before. Green has a couple options here. If they want to get involved in the combat, they could go Research Station. Probably not advisable. It is a matched combat for them, but you really want to hold on to your water as the Worms player. Or as a Worms player, now that Blue has their hooks as well. I think Blue getting hooks here is really good for the table. It's going to balance out Green a lot. And I think Red made a good move blocking that. So we do have an Imperial Privileged play here. Interesting. That is very interesting. So they are clearly going for price it's no object, if I had to guess. I think we go Arakeen here, right? And draw. The only card we're really sad about drawing is our Diplomacy. Any other card is fine, Chani included. So I think we just go for it, see what we get. Come on, no Diplomacy. Oh, Chani is actually fucking perfect. Okay. This is sick. So now I think we get the extra troop. I think we ship them all in here. And then we can retreat. We can retreat 2 to get our swords back. Yeah, I think that's just good value overall. Red has a bunch of intrigue, so we can make them use some of those as well. Yeah, I think this is okay. Wow, what a bink. So it is no persuasion, which is a little sad, but it's okay. We still have 6 persuasion, so we can grab price is no object. We have a real of 6, so price is no object does go, unfortunately for Green here. Really, really strong card. It lets you acquire Solari instead of Persuasion when you play it. So you can buy Spice Must Flow cards and stuff with it. So Blue has 2 very, very strong cards in their deck now. Cards that we have to remember they have, especially Overthrow. This is definitely a card you have to remember. A 3 reveal here for Red. Maybe Northern Watermaster? Ecologic Testation is interesting. I don't know if they have the water to support it really, but they do have Fremen, and it does generate water passively. I'm always a big fan of Northern Watermaster. Double Agent is also really nice for getting spies down. I think that's what we would have bought had it come around to us. but we'll see what they end up doing. Some decent 3-costers to pick from. Ecologic Test Station has the better access. Ooh, Bene Gesserit Operative comes off, which is, I wouldn't mind picking that up just to diversify my access, although Northern Wizard Master does play nicer with Chani. We have a reveal of 6 for green, so they were going for Price is No Object, and they did get beat to the punch. So we'll see what they want to buy. They can bink off 2 of these 3-costers if they want. I wouldn't hate to play. I think Bene Gesserit Operative is probably the highest raw value card here. And green is the one with the spy on the Bene Gesserit spot, so it makes even more sense. Wow, priority contracts too. Both of the contract cards coming off. I think I do buy priority contracts. I think that is worth taking the plunge on. We will reveal here. We will retreat 2 of our troops of Chani to gain 4 swords. The super high value. And then with 6 persuasion, do we go for the priority contracts line? So we have Highliner, which we're almost guaranteed to complete. We could pick up a deliver supplies contract. Sardaukar contracts also decent for us here. I think we play for it. And even revealing it for 2 spice isn't bad value if we never even end up getting the point out of it. And this is a bit of a deny to our contracts player, Red, because they are going to be wanting to buy these cards. So I think this is just good value. Oh my god. Okay. This is an insanely good card as well, coming off. Jesus. Okay, let's see. It's just Red here with the contracts. They are in last place in this combat right now. We'll see if they elect. And a pass. Beautiful. So we get this contract win. Or this combat win, rather. We get the one off their symbol. We get an intrigue card. Something good. Ooh. I will take this. This is solid. We should be able to meet this condition as well. And we get 1 bump with the Bene Gesserit, which is effectively a half a point as well. So, not bad. I think, did everyone else take their stuff? I think so. Next round, baby. So we're sitting pretty nice from a combat perspective. And we draw into our diplomacy this round. And we have our beast. Oh, my God. And the combat, Chome Security. So not the best combat for us, to be honest. It's a great combat for the Worms players. And we don't have the green symbol, obviously, so even less value for us. We are last to act this round, which is pretty good from a combat perspective. We have so many daggers in hand. It would be crazy not to go Highliner here. But I don't know if we are going to end up doing it. Maybe we just go to a Fremen spot and reveal all these daggers. I think Fremkit would be a great spot for us. We'd get to reshuffle our deck with some of our stronger... not having our diplomacy actually feels really bad on the reshuffle. But it's not a huge deal. We have a Smuggler saving here for blue. So... they're just going to play around, maybe getting more spice. Did they buy the victory point, actually? Yeah, they did. They spent 4 spice. Okay. So first bought victory point from blue from Smuggler's Haven. First of many, I'd imagine. They're playing definitely more of a solitaire kind of strategy right now, which is pretty nice as the bond. They're a very resource-rich leader. They generate passive spice. They can turn spice into Solari. A really fun leader if you can get the faction access to support them. Red has to think about what they want to do now. We could also play our beast spoils as well. The only downside is I would love it if we got the trash, but we don't. We only have the troop and the spice reward from it. So revealing for 3 daggers is usually going to be better, but we'll see how I'm feeling. I guess the downside to going for the Sardaukar contract is we already have the Highliner contract. Are we going to have enough spice to play around all of these? Probably not, right? It's pretty expensive. Diplomacy here for Red. Do they grab another contract? Oh, they are going to deny the Fremkit play. A little unfortunate. Actually, maybe a espionage play is in order. Can let us reshuffle our deck. Ideally, we wouldn't be reshuffling with our diplomacy, but the rest of our hand just isn't that great. We could also go Arakeen with Reconnaissance. That would also get us the troops in. We want to grab our Swordmaster this round. I think that is a must. No one's threatening it, so we can't get it as our second action. Although, there is a world where blue has an intrigue to give them 2 Solari. And they were just kind of hoping to use their spy after we get it to kind of save themselves. So we could potentially try to deny Swordmaster to blue this round, hoping they don't have a Solari intrigue. Because if we grab Swordmaster for 8, that means blue can grab it immediately after for 6 because they have the spy. So I think we might try to greet it up here. Oh, there's the public spectacle we have been fearing. So looking like they're going to go secrets here. Yep. And they did pull back the spy. Where do they use their extra bump? They will use it with the Bene Gesserit. Bene Gesserit. So they get 2. They get a victory point out of it. Green has a really, really strong game. Really scary. I don't even know if our combat strategy is going to have enough time to get off the ground, which is pretty frightening. I think we go for the reshuffle here. Go for the draw. Although, let's think about it. We go for the draw here. I don't know if that's really doing that much for us. Right? So we're using a dagger. We're using our diplomacy. Do we feel that bad about just playing a reconnaissance this round? We could also just play our dagger to a different spot. We need contracts for a contract card. So somehow getting a contract would be nice here. But we already drew all of our orange access. Where do we want to go? It is tough. If we reshuffle, we're reshuffling our Chani, Sardaukar Coordination Party contract, Signet Ring. A lot of orange access in here. So we do hit our orange access a lot of the time. Do I go for the draw here? It also lets me get a troop in, and then it allows me to go to a non-faction or a non-combat spot with my diplomacy. So I think we go for that. We'll just reshuffle here. It's not the end of the world. We do have some decent things to do with this hand, even though it's not, like, ideal. Ugh, God. I don't know. This is not a pretty hand, to say the least. I think we do want to reveal the swords, though, and try to go for this combat. So I think we will do that. Okay, let's just do it. Let's draw. I don't love the play, but I think we would ideally... I think this is okay. What do we hit here? Chani is fine. We actually have 1 million daggers. We do have to throw in 3 if we want to use our Chani reveal ability. Okay, I think this is okay. We have drawn all of our combat power and most of our faction access, which feels really bad, but it's okay. We do reveal a gazillion swords and no no persuasion at all, which is not ideal with interstellar trade in the row, but what are you going to do? I could definitely see a line from this point being Swordmaster, diplomacy, grab a contract. We have worms here for blue, so they're going to go into this combat. They're going to be a little bit disappointed when they see what I reveal, I'd imagine. Because I'm not going to let them have this combat for cheap. Although, second place as the worm player, doubling up, getting 4 troops, 2 water, 4 Solari is insane value. So I think they're probably fine with whatever the outcome ends up being. And they have all their spies around, so they're considering moving their... oh, actually, okay, so they pick it up and put it back in the same spot, basically. They sell the spice to get the Solari back, so... decent play here. They would love to double this up. This is a point for them, potentially an alliance. It's not a match. Important to keep that in mind. We have not been getting lucky with the matching combats when we're in a place to win these combats. Looking like red might go in on this as well, which I'm fine with. I'd rather blue not get this second place value. So if red wants to go in here on a research station, obviously they're trying to get the interstellar trade with this draw, I'd imagine. And I think if they do go here, they'll end up pulling back their spy for the third card draw. Oh, they don't pull back the spy. Greedy. So they must not have needed that much persuasion. Yeah, they're throwing them all in here. Going to try and get some value going. Green is the last one that can deny us the Sword Master with an intrigue. Hopefully they don't. They are hovering over an intrigue, though. Okay, this is fine. Cunning. They will pay the spice. You have to decide on this before drawing. You can't draw and then pay a spice to trash. So they now must trash something. Or I guess it's still optional if they want to trash, but if you pay the spice, you would ideally want to trash, yeah. So they'll get rid of a dagger here. And they have an option to do something else afterwards. What are they going to do? You know what? This isn't a bad combat to win either, just because it gives us a contract, too, which plays around our contract victory point generator. Wonder what they're thinking about doing here. We're really just hoping they don't hit Dutiful Service. That's ideally where we would go with our last action. But they do have the card that only has access to the Emperor or Spy spot, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them go there. I can't remember the name of the damn card, but... Okay, we have a Diplomacy, so they still might end up going there? Nope. Okay, they're going to go for this alliance. Scary with Blue having Overthrow to go for an alliance, but I think if you had to choose a spot, going where they have 0 influence is okay. And they will put the Spy back on the Bene Gesserit spot. So they also have a potential play for the Interstellar trade here. We are going to grab Swordmaster. Now is the time. Let's just increase our action efficiency. We are not going for... This is obviously not a High Council kind of a deck, so I think this is fine. We'll see what everyone else likes to do here. We'll have 2 Persuasion or 4 Persuasion with the High Council. They elect to buy nothing. I like that decision. They have a lot of strong cards in their deck. They don't want to stuff it up too much. A lot of reveal here. This is only 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They do hit it. Okay. That is a greedy double draw without the Spy. But maybe they trashed both of the daggers. Maybe it was 100%. That I'm not sure of. Let's see what green decides. Oh, they did have the Imperial Spymaster and Bene Gesserit Operative. Okay. So they have the 2 spies down. So that's 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. So another Spiceman slow goes out. Do you take that over the Interstellar trade at this point? I think they have enough faction gain with Public Spectacle and stuff to kind of pass up on it, personally. But yeah, I think Spiceman slow is always the play. They're so close to being able to just race this game down to the finish. I think we play our Diplomacy every time here. As for where we go, unfortunately, both green spots were taken up, so we can't finish off that one. We don't want to go Highliner here ever, because we're going to reveal so many daggers. We'll force people to play intrigues against us. I think we just go... I think we just go to Dutiful Service here. We work on getting this contract victory point. It's so slow, it's probably a bait. We don't really need the deliver supplies, except for maybe a... Imperial Privilege in the future, but I think this is okay. We could also consider going for the Sardaukar contract because we are going to be drawing into our Sardaukar coordination this round. Maybe we do that, actually. Let's just cycle back through our deck so much faster. It will give us the alliance, too. We're going to have no water. We're not going to have any spice to go Highliner, though. So this becomes a moot point. It's kind of tough. And this isn't doing anything for us. I think we go for the Sardaukar contract, unfortunately. We'll see how it goes. I think that is it for us. We will reveal. We'll pull back 2 of our troops to gain 4, 7, 8 swords, which is just crazy. We go up to first with 1 troop in the combat, and we'll see what our opponents want to do here. We're not going to buy anything with 1 persuasion, obviously. If blue has a combat entry card, they play it here 100% of the time, so that we can confirm that they don't. Oh, this is a great one to see right now. Fine Weakness comes out. That is a very potent one. And they are not taking any risk with me having an entry card behind. So they do pull the Spy back. Well, actually, I guess they needed to pull the Spy. So we are in second place right now. Blue is almost assuredly not having a combat entry. I think they play it every time there. It'd be so greedy not to. Yeah, they did remove a Spy. So that's why they didn't pull the Spy for the research station. Although they probably didn't need it anyway. So let's see what Red wants to do here. Pass, okay. So we get second place with a 1 troop commitment. which is obviously insane value. We get a water, which will be really nice for a potential desert tactics. And with Highliner, we get up to 3 water. We get 2 troops and 2 spice, 2 Solar, I mean. Okay. I'm fine with this outcome. It's not ideal. We would have preferred first, obviously, but it's not the biggest loss in the world. And we get decent value out of a 1-troop combat. Not having our diplomacy does hurt, though. Luckily, I think Sardaukar this Sardaukar contract with Sardaukar coordination is going to be very helpful. So, Red did grab the Deliver Supplies contract. So, we have Espionage and Research Station contracts up there. We are third to act this round. The combat is finally a walled combat. Seize the Spice Refinery, which is another dagger combat. So, unfortunately, we're not hitting the Ornithopter or the mouse symbols so far. We could go for a double contract play. Although revealing this for the spice isn't too bad either. We'll see. We're going to have a, Swordmaster play for red. I think that makes a lot of sense. They have a Spice Refinery, Airkeen, and Deliver Supplies contracts sitting in the wings. So we should try to remember to deny those if we can. If it makes sense for us. Let's see what green elects to do here. I'd imagine we'll also see a Swordmaster from blue this round, since they have their spy there. This combat is not that great. It's kind of trash. I wonder if we... while I do like the idea of going Sardaukar coordination here, this combat just doesn't do anything for us, right? Man, oh man. I think... So, Imperial Basin has 3 spice sitting on it. I think that's a move for us, potentially. Because then we can reveal this. So that's 5 spice. The only downside is we kind of... Oh, yeah, we withdraw with our Sardaukar coordination. Okay. Okay, actually, I think I like where this is going. And looking like green is not going to deny the spice gain from us. So we're going to get a lot of spice here. So I think this enables a Sardaukar coordination play. They do go to secrets. They get the alliance. They get 2 intrigue cards with that. Great value. They pulled the spy as well. They go up to 4 intrigues. I'd imagine we'll see one tossed here because sitting at 4 is the danger zone for having your secret stolen. Green is looking to accelerate through the end of this game. We should all be scared. No one can deny the research station play, so there is a world where they get another spice from slow and kind of races out of it. We're playing for a late game kind of, what is it? A late game kind of big combat victory standpoint right now. So if green is able to race us out of this one, we are just going to crash and burn with no victory points, which is really sad. I think we have to take the spice here. It sets us up for a really nice Sardaukar coordination. We can throw some troops in. We probably won't throw too many in. But then the Sardaukar coordination lets us draw a lot so that we don't necessarily have to play our priority contracts. Is there a world where I'd ever want to play this? Maybe, probably not, right? I think we'll just keep doubling down on our combat strategy. Because then, yeah. Because then we can hit Sardaukar coordination and still get Highliner next round for the tier 3. Yeah, like this. So we might be able to get multiple combats in a row here. Just keep stringing them together. So we grab all that spice. We get a sword, or we get an extra troop for our ring. We'll throw in 3 here because we're going to have so many troops banked up. It doesn't make sense not to throw them in. And we'll see what everyone else wants to do. The only, I guess the biggest downside play would be if blue wants to deny us on, or red wants to deny us on Sardaukar. It'd be a crazy play, but you never know. We have an overthrow play here for blue. They're going to grab their victory point from the Bene Gesserit. So they have played it twice now, which is decent value when you buy this thing kind of early, you know. Ideally, they'd play it another time before the game ends, but green is threatening to not allow that. It's a shame no one's been able to get in the way of green's alliances so far. Blue semi-challenged on the Fremen, but green was able to immediately respond, put that to rest. And now they're thinking about it. What are they thinking about? Oh, where to put their spy. Okay. As blue here, yeah, where do you want to... I guess they already have their spies down, so it's where you want to move your spy from. Having a spy on Haga Basin always feels good, because you do generate a lot of spice with that. Moving it off of Highliner is interesting and would be great for us. Because we would love to put a spy there. And if we win this combat, we will get a spy. Wow, moving off of Highliner. I mean, it makes sense for them, but that is a very valuable spy spot to be giving up. Okay, are we gonna... We have an ecological testing station here. Red will just pick up one of their victory points, putting them up to 6. We are firmly in last place now with 3 victory points. They will trickle in the 1 troop from their garrison. It's crazy. We're really the only ones going for combats right now. Everyone else playing a more passive style. Green has 1 million cards. Well, 5, I guess. They don't have High Council. So there's a world where we just see a quick little assembly hall play. And go for the guaranteed point and try to finish it out next round. Which would be scary for us, because even with a big tier 3, the real problem with my combat strategy right now is that I do not have worms, which is going to severely limit the upside of my plays. And there's really not much we can do about that. Because at this point, the game's been going on for so long, we just we just haven't had the opportunities to get there. We've been revealing our Chani. I think we've been drawing it as our last card every time. And our diplomacies we've just been sending to other places. So I don't know. Ugh, yeah, it's a little awkward. We could consider going shipping with this as well. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. We really don't need the Solari, and it kind of consumes much needed resources from us. But gosh, getting this Fremen point is just so awkward otherwise. We're doing decently with the contract play. If we think we're going to win this combat, we could also, because that would give us 2 spice back, so we don't have to reveal this in that scenario. But we have the Signet Ring to High Council, which signals that they are almost certainly getting a spice and slow this round. Now they do get a decision whether or not they're going to take a spy or trash. Probably, it is the spy most of the time, especially as we're approaching the point where Green can just finish out this game. Okay, yep, it is the spy. And where do you put it? Probably espionage. I think is going to be your most consistent play, but blocking up Highliner is also not bad. Like we were saying, we were hoping to get a spy down there, so I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I think we do win this combat most of the time. So what are our last cards here? I think we don't have our ring. We have both of our daggers. We have 2 Dune Desert Planets. That's our last 2 cards. Okay. So we're not going to do much with those. We're pretty much just going to draw those out so we don't hit them with Sardaukar Coordination next round. Can we draw 3 cards here? We could go Priority Contracts to accept contracts to get double, which can work out for us. I think a shipping play is half of a victory point for us, though. And we have so much spice at this point, and we're going to get 2 spice back. So let's just play it out. We go shipping. We go down to 6. We go to Sardaukar. We go down to 2. We win this combat. We go up to 4. We'd have to get 1 spice from somewhere in order to go Highliner the next round. That is a little bit awkward. But I do really like the idea of getting to go shipping this round is the thing. Do we have to draw? Probably. We don't want to be drawing into 2 dunes on our tier 3 combat turn. Ugh. Right. We could consider shipping as our last action this round as well. Yeah, we're almost never getting worms, right? We've missed the boat on it, so I don't think we play around it anymore. So I think we go priority contracts. I think we just play it. We go to accept contracts. We get double contracts. Maybe we can play into getting a victory point out of this. I think that's our best line. I don't think we have anything else. Because we really do need the spice, I think, to win tier 3s. So playing this is okay. Ugh, it doesn't feel great, though, right? Would we ever want to reshuffle is another question we have to ask. It's not a bad hand to reshuffle. I actually think we do. With the hope that... Oops, crap. Not that. Man, oh, man. I think we go for the... I think we go for the double draw here. We get our double dunes in. Ugh, man. It feels bad. Red can come over the top, take this combat away, but I think we have to go for it. We don't have anything else really going on for us, right? Yeah, let's do it. We get an intrigue. Okay. Leverage is not bad. It gives us another contract. We get our victory point from this, which is a spy. We would love to put it on a highlighter, but we cannot, which is not a big deal. We actually will go to the Bene Gesserit spot. Although we have no Bene Gesserit access, right? We'd have to do it with our diplomacy, which is also our only highliner access, so I don't think that makes any sense at all. This is tough. Unless we buy Bene Gesserit access this round, which there is none. Okay. So maybe we don't go here. God, I am really biffing this, I feel. We could also go here for the double card draw with a Chani kind of thing. I think that's also reasonable. We get to draw 2 cards, which are both of our dunes, like we thought. Yep. Ugh, man. I think this is our best line. We would love to go here. Ugh. God, it's so close. It's so close. I think we have to play around getting this victory point. I think that's better for us. Just overall. Yeah, I think it is. Anything else we forgot to resolve here? We got our troops. We got our victory points. We can send these troops in, which I think we will send a couple in. So what? Red can get in. They can go highliner here. I think doing this is reasonable. Eh. Actually, we can always just go to a combat spot, right? Yeah, let's just guarantee this combat. Dagger reveal here. They will grab their sword master. Makes sense. They're not really a combat threat, so we shouldn't have to worry about them too much. We get last act on red here. We are almost never going. We are reshuffling here most of the time. It does feel a little bit bad reshuffling because we're kind of in disaster mode. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, they don't hit it. I really like the delivery agreement. Do they have 4? They don't, but they can get there probably, right? Interstellar trade. Do they have enough for it? 3. No, they don't. Oh, they only have 5. Okay, so I think delivery agreement's probably their best bet. There are worlds where they get there for sure. Spice Refinery is not going to be a high-value late target. Arakeen, they can usually get there as well. Surprised they didn't go for the Arakeen draw, actually. Maybe they're afraid of hitting something for next round. But you kind of want to get that contract out of the way, I feel. We have 7 if we reveal now, which would give us Interstellar Trade, which is another contract. Which is a little spicy. Oh, Truth Chance. Does that change things for us here? Maybe. Maybe we don't draw now. We have a Desert Mouse here for a spice. They'll just dump that. 5 and a dagger. So, or 7 with their thing. So they do take away the Interstellar Trade. Makes a lot of sense. And they will grab a research station contract, which is fine with me. Yeah, that's fine with me. Our turn here. We have one more action. We have to... How many times this game have we seen double convincing argument, double Dune? Like, this is a joke. But as far as reshuffling here, do we want to? We would love to see these 3 cards next round. Seeing... man, if we draw diplomacy, we're just so sad, though. We're so sad. Where else would we even go with this stuff, though? We could now go shipping. I think that's a reasonable line in this scenario. Because we'd spend 3, we'd get 2 back, plus 2 back would be 4, assuming we win the combat, obviously. So I think shipping might be the line now. I think we've come full circle. I don't think we want to reshuffle. The 1 and 6. How do we feel about our 1 and 6 chances? Probably bad. Probably real bad. Ugh, and then we're just stuck. What are we stuck with if we miss? Just complete garbage for the next round, right? Yeah, so I think we're going to buy True Trans. We're going to increase our chances of getting it. I think we go shipping here. We'll get more Solari, which will enable a potential Imperial Privilege Blaze. Where do we take our point here? Probably with the Fremen, I think. Right? We have the Spy on Espionage, so we'll probably want to go there. We're going to get 4 spice back, so we would have 6 plus 1 for Espionage. Whatever, full greed mode. We have to come back into this game somehow, right? I think this is a reasonable line for us. Hopefully we win this combat. We do have a back by Chum to kind of lock it in. We'd ideally not play it, but... Blue with 1 action left, and red with 1 action left, somehow. Or no, red revealed, okay. I was about to say, how do they have an action left? A dagger to... Okay. Assembly Hall. They do pull the spy to draw a card. They get another entry card to add to their collection. I'd have to imagine this is a Spiceums flow for blue. Although, I feel like as blue, you're kind of far behind. I don't know. I don't know if you can kind of Spiceums flow your way through this now. I feel like they might need to go for some more aggressive plays. Let's see here. Contingency plan for the 2 Solari. So they did end up having that. Probably not when we were worrying about our Swordmaster stuff. We will reveal here. We get 2 spice for priority contracts. Great value for us here. We have 5. We grab True Trance every single time. This is exactly the card we wanted to see to increase our likelihood of hitting a Highliner plus or minus Espionage. We will play Leverage to gain a Solari and gain a contract. We will gain the Espionage contract, right? Or this. I think it's Espionage every time. We are probably going to go to Espionage more than High Council. Anything else for us here? We got our 2 spice, right? Yeah, okay. I think that's okay. Blue to reveal. I'd have to imagine with an Assembly Hall play, they have enough for the Spiceum slow. Maybe they were just trying to eye up an Arrakis Revolt, but that wasn't even on the row when they revealed, so I'd be pretty surprised if they played around that. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, they had it without the... But I guess they had to draw, right? So they probably drew into this. They get their contract done. They get their victory point here. Everything's looking nice and pretty. We are firmly in last place now, which is scary. Scary, scary. Combat, red. We pass as well. We get the combat. We get 2 spice. We get another unmatched flag, which is so dumb. We get a spy. Where do we want the spy? Probably on the Fremen, I think. I think that makes the most sense for us here. We have outs like Chani to get a double card draw to maybe draw into our faction spot cards. I think that's fine. So we got our spice, right? Yeah, we got everything. I think we're good. Last, well, potentially last combat. We're lucky green wasn't able to get the spice slow that turn. That should hopefully slow down the momentum of the game a little bit. Okay, perfect. We get the true chance. And I think we'll be sending that to Espionage. I think we're going to have to full greed on this one. This is a good combat. Although, realistically, are we going to have the spies? Maybe not. I don't know. Because we will want to pull back our spy. Oh, man. Oh, man. The wall is still up, interestingly. We have a couple of points up for the taking here. We could potentially get this online this round, but we'd have to do Espionage, and we'd also have to complete our Highliner contract. And I think the other contracts in the row are kind of garbage for us. Green can go Espionage. That would be a block. The only thing is it doesn't really get them any value, so I'd be surprised if they went there. I think if they did have the faction access, they'd probably go to the guild, get a water, pull back the spy for their card draw. Nine cards to hit our diplomacy, so not the most likely, but hitting Chani isn't bad. Because Chani would enable a double card draw here. Okay, so there's the public spectacle. So yeah, they're going there every single time. Luckily, they're not chasing our lines, which is huge. As soon as they draw the card from that, we've got it locked in. Nice, beautiful. We have a lot of free points sitting around, which should help us catch up. We can hopefully win this combat. We have to get pretty lucky hitting our diplomacy, though, so we can hit Highliner this round. Do we ever go Highliner first? Okay, they do pull the spy. That is an of course kind of thing. Yeah, I think we have to go for the draw. Because then at least we can cycle out Imperial Privilege. The only downside to this line is we give the option for red to come back in and take this combat from us. It's not a match. But it is still a potential out for them. But I think we have to go for the draw. I think we have to. Does red win the game here if they get Highliner? They would not have the spies to pull back. It's not a match. So it's only 1 victory point for them. So I don't think so. Green just has to get a spiceful slow this round to end it, though, which I think is pretty likely. So we'll pretend that the game is certainly ending here. I think we have to full green here. We're too far behind, right? I think we have to just heart of the cards this. Come on, give us some good cards. A dagger's not what we want to see. Shadow card coordination's also not really what we wanted to see. We do get 3 Solari, which will go into our useless Solari folder. Damn, that sucks. Okay. I think we put our spy here, threatening the Highliner. I think this is fine. We got a victory point out of that, too, of course. Ugh, God. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. We can still start our card coordination, right? Imperial privilege, I mean. We would do that with the dagger. No one else has gone yet. Green does have access, but they don't have the Solari for it. Blue doesn't have it as well. They're just going for a draw here, so they're also trying to buy a spiceful slow this round. Man, we really... being able to hit Highliner and completing this priority contracts would just be so incredibly good for us. I don't think we're going to be able to get there unless we get lucky, though. So now we have to hit a 1 and 7 with our dagger. We could also hit a Chani into Fremkit, into a double draw, potentially. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. I am sweating. This game is really coming down to the wire here. Green was really able to accelerate their advantage. Red with the Maker-Keeper play. Okay, so they're not going Highliner just yet. They are going to complete their Spice Refinery contract to draw 2 cards. So they're also on a mission here to complete their contracts. Unfortunately, it's looking like they might not be able to. So they draw 2. We're really hoping they don't hit Highliner access if they didn't have it already. I was not keeping close enough track to know for sure. So red now has Solari for Imperial privilege. So we do have to go there. Oof, okay. Okay. What's green going to do here? I think if they have the Spice and Slow, just revealing here is fine. Right? Oh, okay. They definitely get it now. Oh, draw it, yeah. The Research Station play. If they don't have it now, that's the most unlucky thing I've ever seen. They must. They complete the contract. A couple extra Solaris. I think green is going to cross the finish line here, and we're all going to be left in their wake. We dagger Imperial privilege here every single day of the week. This is not what we wanted to see. We pull back this. It's game over unless someone steals Green Alliance. Yeah, well, I can't do that, my friend. Unfortunately. God, do we cycle this back ever? This is turned on. I don't think we get better than 4 swords here, and I think we are going to have to win this combat. So I think we are going to pass on the cycle back through. Man, not being able to get this Highliner contract. I mean, it would have been very lucky, right, to get both of our factions things, but man, would it have been powerful. We're also running out of ways to draw cards as well, which should be concerning. I think our last bet is going to be an accept contracts line. We are going to get a Spice Slow buy here from blue. If they get an intrigue, maybe if they get a very specific set of intrigues, they can go for the alliance deal, but it'd be very unlikely. They are going to buy the Spice Slow here. That'll put them up to 7. Yep. They gain the Spice and Slow 2-hand, of course. Ooh, gosh. This game is heating up. I think green just reveals here, so this is likely the last round. So we really just need to play to optimize our points here. They have to. They are trying to make a decision here. I don't think they have to play an intrigue. I think they can greed here. I don't think anyone's gonna play a spy and immediately go to Bene Gesserit. Actually, I don't even know if that's something you can do. I don't think there's an intrigue card that would allow that line, because I think the ones that deploy spies, either it's like a combat withdrawal, or you have to deploy a certain number of troops to get it off. I don't think they have that option available to them. I think red almost always highliners now, right? You just got it. Man, I wish we had a way to draw some more cards. We're just not getting there. And how are we looking persuasion-wise? We're at 6, so we're probably not getting a Spice Must Flow either. Unfortunately. I mean, we could potentially... nah, it's a lame play. Okay, so blue decides not to play an intrigue. I like that play. Is this the diplomacy? Yes, it is. Highliner? Almost certainly. Oh. Whoa. What? They think there's no way they can win, I guess? The combat? They must have Highliner access still. Or actually, they must be reading that I have it. Which is definitely... you know, it's just... I did threaten that spot with a spy. So I definitely made it look like I have the access, even though I don't. Yep, here's the Spice and Slow, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, they don't have it. Oh, no. Wow. Oh, my God. So close and so far. Holy. That's crazy. Oh, my God. So we can actually take our time here. Wow, 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 wow. We're back in it. Okay, okay. So where do we go now? We had to go for this combat 100% of the time here. We don't really have a great way of getting troops in now, though. It's a little awkward. Do we go for the card draw? We could also go for the starter card coordination to start a card. Get 4 troops in. It is a way to go. I think we're probably just going to end up drawing with accept contracts here. Revealing these is a ton of swords. We have a bunch of swords in hand. So from that perspective, we're looking good. Drawing diplomacy is insane. Drawing Chani is also nice because then we can get our Fremen point. How much? We have 6 persuasion right now. If we draw Chani, go to Desert Tactics and draw... do we ever get there? We could draw a 2 persuasion card cost off of Chani. We do have a convincing argument left in the deck that would enable us to get to a Spice and Slow if we play this. So maybe we do play this. Because I don't think we're completing the contract, right? That's the only thing. If we think we can bink the diplomacy, I think we hold it. So I guess we'll go for the full greed. Yeah, let's go full greed mode. If we hit the diplomacy, we're cheering. Come on, diplomacy, please. Oh, okay, that's not what we wanted. Oh, my God, what's happening to us? Oh, my God. My draws. Oh, wait, I have to grab a contract here. I guess we grab High Council. We can't hit the Research Station 1. We're not getting any troops in. Oh, no. What's happening? Oh, my God. Blue's gonna put some more troops in here. They have a gazillion intrigue cards behind. Luckily, it's not a big deal if they win this combat. I mean, it is, right? From a winning the game perspective, I'd have to imagine red highliners here if they have it. I don't remember if they have another card that even has access, is the sad thing for them. This is going to be such a cheap combat. It's actually crazy. Wow, they don't have it. Are they going to chase green to lines here? Looking like it. He lets him give two spies down as well. I think you go for it. Really put green into awkward spot here. Green had to finish out the game this round, and they drew abysmally. Unfortunately, the Interstellar trade buy coming back to bite them big time because they have no completed contracts. Man, okay, so the only spot we really have to put in troops is going to be Haga Basin, which will give us a ton of spice, which is nice, at least. We could also consider Sardaukar Coordination. Maybe Sardaukar Coordination is the move, now that I'm really critically thinking here. Because we go first next round. We have a Dune Desert Planet in our deck. We know exactly where our next 5 cards are going to be. So the line next round would be Haga Basin for 5 spice. Then Highliner, guaranteed, because we have the Spy. Yeah, and then we could go Research Station. We could play Chani. We have Chani as well. I think we just have to go as hard as we can for this combat right now, which includes going Sardaukar Coordination for 4 troops in. I think that is our line. And we just hope that is enough to get us there. We have 7 troops from hand. Blue has a million intrigue cards, but hopefully they're not enough. They do have 2 spies down, so there are definitely worlds where we lose this, but at least, yeah, I think we go for this. And we get an intrigue card off of this as well. We protect our alliance, which is always nice. Ooh, okay. Actually, not that good. Any other one would have been great. Like the Fremen one would have been great, but that's okay. We got a million troops here. Unfortunately, we can only put in 4 with Sardaukar Coordination. Is there anything else we want to do right now? This will just be revealing for spice. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the contracts done in a timely manner. I think that's it, right? Try not to forget anything. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. Yeah. Okay, let's see what blue does. Hopefully they're not revealing a bunch of daggers here. They reveal 0 daggers. They get 3 spice. They end. So this is all going to depend on blue's intrigue cards. If they have greater than 7 daggers worth of intrigue cards, they are going to take this from us, but we're just got to hope. Hope and pray. Let's see here. How many does red have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough for Spice Must Slow. They will pass. I'll reveal here. 3 daggers. We get 2 spice. We have what? 2, 4, 6 persuasion. Do we ever buy anything here? I don't think so. I think we want to just maximize our chances of redrawing into good stuff, right? Question mark? Yeah, we want to maximize our ability to get priority contracts next round too. So I think that's it. I don't think we want to play our entry cards, right? Yeah, I don't think they do anything for us. Okay, combat. Pass. Let's see here. What are we at right now? We are winning. Okay, they will play 1. Oh, that's not one we wanted to see. That's 5. Are we tied now? No, we're not. Okay. So if they have another entry card, we will lose. This is it. Are they going to play something else? Please don't. Please. Please. Oh, we get there. Okay. Oh, we so needed this. We so needed this. Okay. Fuck yeah. Woo. Okay. So we pull back our spies. Unfortunately, our line of guaranteed highliner is a little messed up by that. Actually, interestingly, do we leave them? So first of all, we get this point. For 1, we get another point for 7. I think, call me crazy here, I think we leave the spy. I think we have to. Right? So this would get us to 8. We get to 9 with Fremen. I don't have any other good ways to get points. I think our line of going Haga Basin, into Highliner next round is the only way we're actually going to like win this game. So I think we're going to pass on pulling back the spies, which is crazy. Okay. So we got our 2 points. We got our flag on Arakeen. Did we get that? We did. Okay. Yeah, we're going to leave the spies out there. We're denying ourselves a victory point now to hopefully get more in the future. We'll see if we live to forget that decision. Okay, so here's our Dune Desert access guaranteed that we knew we had. This is an excellent combat for us, actually. We do it with Signet Ring here, right? Yeah, we just dive into this combat head first now. We'll get 5 plus 8. Maybe we can figure out how to get a little bit more spice at the end, but yeah, I think this is the move always. Question mark. We could also go for a big draw first. from kit. But no. What am I talking about? We must. Our whole plan relies on us going here. We get 1,000,000 spice. We get an extra troop, and we'll send in 3. First line of play. Oh man, we might actually do this. We might actually come back. Oh man, green really needed to finish out the game last round. This gets quite scary for them now, because even with a Highliner now, with this, we actually get there. We just straight up get the alliance. Oh, okay. What is blue going to do here? Blue also has Highliner access. We know they don't have any other combat intrigues, right? Besides the one they just got. So as far as a combat threat goes, we're not too concerned. I do understand them. The problem at some of these late points is you have so many options, right? It's completely overwhelming. Unfortunately, the fact that they are going to accept contracts here means they likely got a really bad hand. Nothing you can do about it. If they had overthrow, I think they go overthrow Highliner almost every time. Get an alliance, get a bunch of troops in, see if you can get there. But not looking like the case. They do grab the High Council contract, which is almost certainly not going to mean much, I don't think. So I'd have to imagine red goes Highliner here. If not, we will go Highliner, and we will leave our spy there. We do not want anyone else to go in there after us. But this is just such a good play for red. Although they did play their diplomacy last round, so there is a world where they don't have access, which would be not ideal for them. Dang, a long think by blue here, trying to decide if they want to play one of these intrigues. It'd be very greedy to save, I think, at this point in the game. I think you kind of just got to throw it out there. You are incentivizing people to go secrets. Red wants to go secrets to potentially steal green's alliance. I mean, they obviously want to go like Highliner and stuff as well, but they have extra Bene Gesserit access. Okay. Let's see if red decides to punish here. Oh, okay, they do play it. Okay. Yeah, I think that is a definitely a must. Yeah, okay. So they get a victory point out of that, which is really big. Lets them salvage some of those random extra bumps they got. They go up to 8 here. Going into second place. Red's move, diplomacy, Highliner? It's got to be Highliner. They don't win most of the time, which is the downside. I think, yeah, wow, red's not going for the Highliner. I mean, you have to be pretty confident you can win the combat if you do this. But they also want to complete the contract to get the victory point out of their contract. So that makes sense. Okay, so now they're 4. They get an extra victory point from that, presuming they drew, which they probably did. We are going to barrel into Highliner now. Nobody else gets another opportunity, I don't think. And we probably will pull back the spy at this point. Green cannot beat us there. No, they cannot. They are going to try and hit another Spice Slow this round. They go prepare the way. They do have the extra card draw from it. So they'll get to draw 1. Do they blow the wall? No, they don't. Okay. I think that makes sense, not blowing the wall. They draw. They'll throw in 2 troops here. We just have to dive in now. The time for waiting is over. We just go crazy. Yep. Highliner. We pull back our... So, red has 2 actions left. There is a world where they go espionage or whatever, but I don't think even with a Highliner play, they can catch us at this point. So, I think we do just recall the spy for the card draw. Maybe we draw some swords here. Excellent. Excellent draw. We throw in all 7. Not pretty at all. Let's see if we can fix that up. There we go. We complete our contract for 2 water, which will enable a research station play. And then I think we also just take the alliance here. Oh, God. Almost drew out the wrong one. 1 Solari. We get a bump here. We get our Solari back. We are at 8. We are cruising. Another option would have been going Imperial Privilege. But I think capitalizing on the no one playing Highlanders is important now. Because people have access. Let's not be too greedy. We really need to get Spice. I think that would be great for us. I think a decent line would be going Dune Desert Planet to Imperial Privilege next. Getting 2 Spice so we can pay for an extra victory point. I don't think anyone can beat us in this combat now. I think we've pretty much locked it in. Ugh, man, we're not out of the woods. A lot of intrigue cards out there. A lot of endgame intrigue cards out there. It is very likely, if our opponents are paying attention, that they do not let us go to Imperial Privilege to get this extra Spice. We have a Assembly Hall play from blue. Ugh, hey, yeah, that is tough. I think they're going to end up getting a Spice Slow here, but they are going to finish at 9, assuming they don't have endgames, which they probably do, realistically. But still, can be a tough pill to swallow. Trying to decide if they want to play one. I still think it's worth playing one here. Red is incentivized to go to secrets. They would get 3 intrigue cards, assuming you don't get rid of one of yours, because they would get the alliance one for going to secrets, and then one for stealing one of yours. So I think you pretty much, unless it's really detrimental to your game, I think you need to play one now. And they do. Okay, let's see it. Flip one of your... Okay, so yeah, they'll just take the Spice. That's fine. I don't think they're ever getting another flag anyway, so I think that's a fine one to dump. Signet Ring here for Irulan. They take the Imperial Privilege. That's fine. We would have liked to have gone there, but I think that's also reasonable. Did they pull a Spy back as well? Yeah, they drew back a Spy, so they got to draw 2 there. They will acquire a... whatever, little guy to his hand. The one that lets you send in a troop if you have a from a bond. And they play Detonation to blow up the wall? Oh, no, they cycle it out. Okay, that makes sense. If we are able to get the Spice here, we are laughing. I doubt green lets us get it. It would be a pretty big mistake, I think, to let us get there. The Spice is the Imperial Privilege is a victory point for us, and they have the most to lose by letting me get there. But we'll see. We will see. You just have to block it. You see I'm at 3. You see I'm about to win this combat. There's the ring. Wow. Okay, I guess they must not have the Spice Slow in hand. But that is really amazing for us. So now we save the Johnny. We get to go guaranteed Fremen for our last action to get another point. And I think we're sitting pretty now. Hopefully. There is a world where someone can... This alliance is definitely not... Or this combat is definitely not guaranteed. Although green, amazingly, does not have Swordmaster. Never quite able to get there. So yeah, we have to do Desert Planet. We have to take this Spice. It's of critical importance. And we sit on that. We have 4 daggers to reveal. We're going to play our Chani as our last action, which gets us another victory point. Ugh. Come on, Blue. Let's see what you got. Man, I cannot believe we were able to... If green finishes the game that round, my game goes down in flames. Oh, the overthrow. Wow, the secrets. Okay. They are going to challenge green's alliance here. I don't think we've seen many of the intrigues that shift around influence as well. Like the one that gives a bump with the Benny we haven't seen. The one that lets you move down and up or pay 3 Spice to increase again we haven't seen. So there are definitely worlds where either they had it and play it now or... Oh, I guess not actually. Because I think if you have it, you just play it right there. So they didn't get it. But worth going for. They might have Shadow Alliance as well, so that could still be a point gained. Shadow Alliance gives you an endgame victory point if you are over the Alliance, but you don't have it yourself. Like over the Alliance golden line. Eric play here for red. They're going to keep drawing cards. They're going to put 1 troop in, maybe go for a little extra rewards. They do complete their last contract to get 1 more water. Green has to reveal here. Look, green and red have drawn an amazing number of cards. Oh, they also play Ecologic Testing Station for the double draw. Okay. How many cards have they? They're up 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. cards in hand. It's crazy. Maybe there's a world where they get to 2 Spiceman Slows. Unlikely, obviously, especially without a high council seat. Green to reveal. There are no extra actions in this game as far as I know. Let's see here. This is not online, so they have 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. Yeah, green getting some unlucky draws. I don't think they have a super high... or actually, no, they're at 7, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. If this is... if they have an extra spy down, this actually generates them 2 Spice Slows throughout the game now. And remember when we forced them to pull back that spy at the beginning of the game by committing extra and then withdrawing? So there definitely are some drag-on effects to these kind of things. I think we play Chinese Master Tactician. We just go to Fremkit here. We keep our water. We do pull back the spy. Oh, wait, what? Do I not have an agent? I'm insane. Oh, I'm insane. I'm stupid. I wonder how many people have been like, yeah, you don't have an agent. Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah. I played 3. Okay. I'm crazy. So we might as well just do this. Wow. I thought we had an extra agent that entire time. That's crazy. 4, 8 swords. I'd be amazed if someone could beat that. Maybe I was accounting on the dagger pullback in action thing. Maybe I was accounting for that. I don't know. But we are done. Right? We have 1 persuasion. So I'd be surprised if anyone can win it, but... Probably too late. I mean, I revealed my swords, which is a little awkward. If they had done it before I did anything, I think it'd be fine. I didn't even think about that. I could not be a stickler, but let's say I let them do it and then they have a bunch of intrigues and they win the game off of it. I don't know. I'm up in the air. Usually I'm more generous with it, but I haven't played in a while. So I am going to be a little selfish and say no. We have a reveal of, what is that? 6, a dagger and a spice. So no spice or slow, I don't think. Yeah, nope. We have a Maker Keeper on over to Spice Refinery play for red. They will continue churning out resources. They will play Change Allegiances. Do they go for my alliance here? Or they just get the water? Oh, you know what? They must have the one that gives 2 victory points for spending 5 spice and 3 water. Right? Why else do you go for that? I don't know. So they get the victory point from this, which is huge. They get a victory point from Spice 'em Slow. They go up to 9 here. If they have the one that gives 2 victory points, they could potentially go up to 11, which is bonkers. And quite scary. Because they have insane tiebreaker spice. Oh, man. Yeah. If they have the resource collection one, we're crying. Oh, there it is. No. We do beat them. Oh, do we not? I don't think we beat them on tiebreakers, actually. Ooh, this is scary now. No. Oh, they go up to 11. Wow, what a play. Beautiful. So we're going to get, what, 3 victory points from this. We also go to 11. We might lose this on tiebreakers. Ugh. And they get a spice back from this. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Oh, you know what? I mean, looking back now, had I realized that I didn't have an extra action to play Chani, which obviously I should have realized, I should go Fremkit for the upside of drawing into my card that reveals for a victory point. Once the game's over, I'll look at the next 2 cards and see if we would have gotten there. But that is a potentially game-losing mistake, for sure. Well, actually, yeah, if we would have drawn into it, it's game-losing. Combat goes, passes around. Does green keep paying intrigue cards here? So they get 5 more. They will drop down with the Fremen. Oh, are they going to win this? Was I right to say no? Probably not. Oh my God, they're playing another one? Oh, what the hell? Oh my God. Oh my God. Do they? Oh my God, the two-sword reveal. I was right. They would have gotten there. I mean, let's be real. I think most of the time they probably do pull it back. Wow. Okay. So if, I mean, take it for what it is. They did forget. So they were, and they got to see my hand, obviously. But usually there's no reason for them not to pull back the spy. Kind of one of those things. Let's see. So we do, first of all, let's resolve this. We get the victory point. We pay 4 to get another one. Oh, they have Shadow Alliance. Okay, so they win regardless. Right? Well, let's see. We would have hit that. And, okay, we would have missed. So not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I think another thing you could have thought about was instead of going Highliner as that second action, I go Imperial Privilege. That may have been slightly more accurate. We have a lot of endgames over here. We have Secure Spice Trade, which I think they do complete. Oh, yeah, wow, they had a lot. They did not do that one, and they did not match that one. So they get one more victory point. So they go to 9. We finish at 11. Green finishes at 9, and red finishes at 12. Crazy stuff. Let's see. With Shadow Alliance, yep. If we had played Imperial Privilege first, we would have drawn one more, and we would not have gotten there again. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better. We wouldn't have gotten there. It was our bottom card. So that's fine. Okay, so we wouldn't have gotten, we would have gotten one more point potentially by going Fremen off of this, which would have put us to 12, but we still would have lost on tiebreakers anyway, so that's fine. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope this was enjoyable. I'm going to try and get back to making regular videos. I am going on vacation, so it's going to be a little bit of a delay between the second one, but thank you for watching, and looking forward to more Dune.